sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, the sports betting show, Wednesday. So we got the day right today, July 5th of 2023. Billy says afternoon said he hit a 3-team parlay, Twins, Rangers, Astros, all at -1.5 yesterday for $311 and some change. That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
Nice hit there. Hey, how's it going, Glenn? Reds got a nice win yesterday. There were some good baseball games yesterday.
Yep.
Some crazy games to watch. That Cubs and Brewers game was nuts. The last 3 innings of that game was crazy. I watched some of it after the Reds game, but I ended up going 2-2 in my picks yesterday.
I didn't do too hot. I had 6 games, 2 and 4. The one that I got talked into by you, and I listened to you like a moron. Got beat, so could have been 2 and 3, but no, I had to listen to you.
I was 2-2. Yeah, yeah, but today I'm picking against them damn Rays.
Today I'm picking the Rays again.
You're picking the Rays again. I'm picking against them today. I went with them yesterday, and they. I'm trying to think who did I get right yesterday? 'Cause I didn't pick. I had the Astros and the Blue Jays. They both won yesterday.
Them are the 2 I got right.
I had the Rays wrong, and then I had the Angels.
I had the Angels too. No, was it Angels? No.
Fucking Angels lost all
Their whole team.
the whole team in one fucking game.
They're in trouble.
Trout with a broken bone, so he's going to be out for a while.
Yep.
They don't think Ohtani will be out too long. They don't think, because I guess it's just like a blister on his finger or whatever. So he might miss a start or two while that heals up. But then and Rendon, how long is he going to be out? And you're already talking about a team that, I mean, they haven't been terrible the first half of the season, but they haven't looked great either. But they've been, they were at least looked like they might make it to the All-Star break in some kind of, at least not all the way out of it, still in contention of maybe getting in the playoffs. But now, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with this team? It seems like every year they have they start getting injuries, and especially Trout can't stay healthy.
I can believe it, all in one game.
Yeah, and the reason I picked the Angels last night was because of Ohtani on the mound. Well, then they had he didn't have his breaking pitch, and then they had at all, and then they had to take him out. Of course, they ended up having to take him out early. But yeah, I think the Angels could be in some trouble. Hey, how's it going, Frankie? Frankie says Rodon's pitching this weekend. So, I guess that is a little bit of good news for the Angels. Billy says Angels screwed.
Seen Yankees lost a player.
Yeah, for
Domestic violence.
domestic violence.
Done for the season, right? I believe. I think so.
I haven't read on the whole suspension thing, but I think he. Oh, okay. He's talking about Carlos Rodon for the Yankees. Okay.
I was gonna say, why do you care about the Angels?
Well, I guess if I thought about it, I would have got it because he's suspended for the remainder of the season. I couldn't remember. Like I said, I hadn't read the whole thing, but I did hear about it a couple times on the radio. Plus, Frankie had posted something about it in the chat. No, or actually on Facebook, not even in the chat. I think it was just on his regular Facebook page. I think I saw. But no, but I mean, and he'll be the way society is. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but the way everything is, he'll be lucky to get back in Major League Baseball. Hell, the Yankees might cut him.
They might.
I mean, just because they'll take so much heat from from the outside, from fans and media and everything. The hell, you never know these days. Some teams won't stick with you through things like that anymore. And then if they do cut him, is there going to be another team that's going to want to take that on and then have to listen to the outside noise? Frankie said it'd be smart to cut him and bring up a farm pitcher, and that's the other thing. Yeah, they can get him free up a roster spot for somebody that's going to be available.
Well, with him being suspended, that don't free up a spot.
I'm not sure because you can have so many on your active roster, but you can only have so many available each day. There's so many tedious damn rules in baseball that it's hard to keep 100% on all of them because there's rule after rule after rule for like everything. We was talking about the Yankees player that got suspended for domestic violence.
Relief pitcher, I believe, wasn't it?
I think so. All right. Get ready to pull up the odds for the baseball. But no, Reds have won real quick. Have won 21 of their last 27.
Yeah, don't free up a spot.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, man, there's so many different rules in baseball when it comes to that roster stuff. I had no clue unless I looked it up. But no, Reds have won 21 of their last 27 games, and if we can win today, that would secure a series victory for nine of our last 10 series.
Yeah.
If we win tonight, and then we go into a series with the Brewers and an All-Star break, and then another series with the Brewers. If we could win them 2 series against the Brewers, we could maybe gain a little bit of a cushion between them and us.
Yep.
Get ahead of them by 2 or 3 games, or 3 or 4 games instead of only having a 1-game lead.
Yeah, Billy Buzz. His name was Jimmy Cordero. That's who got suspended for the rest of the season for the Yankees.
And I still think a couple of Reds got snubbed from the All-Star team. I think the only reason they did, only reason they're not on the All-Star team is because they're rookies. In my opinion,
I think so too.
And I don't think that's right. You deserve to be on there. You should be on there.
Yeah, but every year people.
Oh yeah,
every year that
it happens every year. Oh yeah, there's every year that some guys are deserving to be on there. aren't on there. But and some of that is due to how they do their voting and stuff as well. Like the starters, a lot of that's fan vote. You got a guy like Judge, who's a great player, but how long does what I mean? He's been hurt and ain't playing right now, and he still named an All-Star starter.
Yeah, it's just the way.
But yeah, that's the way it works now. But all right, we'll get ready to jump right into these games. Got a pretty good slate of baseball games today. Had a couple early games, but still quite a few late games. All right.
No, we're not trading Delacruz.
Billy says he hopes the Reds stay hot for our sake. Frankie said, "Can we make a trade for De La Cruz?" No, even though you still have some Reds fans that think he's going to be back in the minors before the end of the season, because he had a 2 or 3 game stretch where he didn't get a hit, and then the next game he'll go 4 for 4 or something. It's like he's a young player. And even not a young player. Every player goes through droughts where they're not hitting the ball every game. That's part of baseball.
Plus, he's a very good defensive player too.
Oh yeah, real good defense. And he
He's
has so
super
much
fast.
speed. But like I said, Matt McClain's having just as good as a year, if not better, and he kind of gets overshadowed because De La Cruz has that name value.
I think I stat they had 101 or 102 stolen bases so far this year.
101,
and that's more than the last 2 years combined.
Yeah, and you're only halfway through the season.
So I mean,
well, they have either 4 or 5 guys with double-digit steals.
Yeah.
Or already before the All-Star break, they got a lot of team speed. Like I said yesterday, Nick Senzel, who's has above average speed. He was our fastest guy to like the last 2 years on the team. Now he's like the 9th fastest guy on the Reds. So that's how much faster they've got, and you can even see it on defense. They can cover a lot more ground in the outfield. Our infield can cover a lot more ground. I did see some people saying that they needed to just use Indy as a DH because he's not that great of a defensive second baseman. I'm like, do you not see some of the plays that this dude makes?
He's really good second baseman. I don't know what some people are.
Yeah, I don't think some people watch like the same game as everybody else. Sometimes but right now you got the Rockies and Astros playing. The Astros are up 5-2. Top of the 6th inning. Next game that'll be starting to be the St. Louis Cardinals and the Miami Marlins. That game's at 6:41 p.m. Eastern time. With the Cardinals being a 1.5 run favorite on the road, -102 on the money line. The Marlins are -116 on the money line. Over under is at 9 runs. This is a game I'm actually giving out a pick for as well. The Cardinals are 35 and 30 on the season, 18 and 25 on the road, and they are 35 and 50 on the season. Yeah, 50 on the season. They're having a bad year, but anyway, the Cardinals will have Lebertone on the mound tonight. He is 1-3 with a 5.68 ERA. Cardinals are 2-3 over their last 5 games, hitting .253 as a team on the season with a 4.63 team ERA. The Marlins are 50 and 37 on the season, 27 and 16 at home. On the mound for the Marlins will be Honing. He is 1-2 with a 3.72 ERA. The Marlins are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .263 as a team on the season and have a 4.05 team ERA. I like the Marlins here in this game on the money line to -116. Marlins have the better pitcher on the mound, and they're at home where they have a good home record, and the Cardinals have struggled on the road this season. So I'm gonna go with the Marlins on the money line. Next game that I like is going to be the Philadelphia Phillies and the Tampa Bay Rays. This game's at 6:41 p.m. Eastern tonight as well. Baseball has some of the weirdest start times.
They do.
Why can't they start like at a round number like 6:40 or 6:30? Usually it's like why can't you start like at 6 or 6:30? It has to be 6:41 and then 7:10 or 5:03. They'll have some of the weirdest times. But the Rays are a 1.5 run favorites at home. They're minus 132 on the money line. The Phillies are plus 112 on the money line. Over unders at 9 runs. I rode with the Rays yesterday at home because they have a real good home record. They're a tough team to beat at home, but of course they got beat yesterday. That was the one I talked Dad into. But today I'm gonna be on the other side. I'm gonna go with the Phillies. But the Phillies are 45-39 on the season, 23-23 on the road. The Phillies will have Walker on the mound tonight, who is 9-3 with a 3.93 ERA. Phillies are 3-2 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .259 as a team on the season with a 4.09 team ERA. The Rays are 57-31 on the season, 34-11 at home. The Rays will have Littell on the mound, who is 0-1 with a 5.28 ERA. The Rays are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .262 as a team on the season with a 3.70 team ERA. The Rays are on a 3-game losing streak. They haven't had many of those this season. They've been pretty much one of the best teams in baseball since the get-go. They got off to the hottest start out of anybody. Like it was a month into the season, they still only had 1 or 2 losses, or 2 or 3 losses.
Yeah,
I mean, they got off to a real hot start. But I like the Phillies in this game. Phillies have been playing well. I think they've won like 2 or 3 in a row. They hit the ball well, and they got a pretty decent pitching staff as well. But they got the better pitcher on the mound tonight with Walker on the mound. So I like the Phillies at the plus 1.5. Getting a run and a half, I think is a real good value here, especially after the way the Phillies played on the road yesterday. So I'm going with the Phillies at the plus 1.5. Next game I like, Cincinnati Reds at the Washington Nationals. Reds are 1.5 run favorites on the road, minus 118 on the money line. The Nationals are even money on the money line. Over under for this game is at 9.5 runs. The Reds are 47-39 on the season, 24-18 on the road. They will have Ashcraft on the mound tonight, who is 3-6 with a 6.66 ERA. The Reds are 4-1 over their last 5 games, hitting .257 as a team on the season with a 4.94 team ERA. The Nationals are 34-51 on the season, 13-29 at home. The Nationals will have Gray on the mound, who is 6-6 with a 3.30 ERA. Nationals are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .260 as a team on the season with a 4.77 team ERA. I like the Reds here on the money line at the minus 118. I know Ashcraft's ERA is at 6.66. They're off to a pretty good start of the season. Didn't really start struggling. They had a little bit of an injury. Went down to the minors. Brought him back up. First time out looked terrible, but then his last start pitched real well. Only gave up a couple hits, and I mean, really looked like the old Ashcraft. So I think he's going to pitch another good game today. And this Reds offense has just been pounding the ball. I mean, and the Nationals don't have the greatest pitching. Their team ERA is a little bit better than ours, but so it's not like, and we don't have the greatest pitching either. So I like the Reds here on the money line. Reds have been hot, and I look for them to win the night and take another series, which would be like 9 out of their last 10 series if they could get a win tonight. And then my next game is the Toronto Blue Jays and the Chicago White Sox. This game starts at 8:00, 8:11 tonight. Blue Jays are 1.5 run favorites, minus 118 on the money line. The White Sox are even money on the money line. Over-unders at 9 runs. Blue Jays are 46-40 on the season, 23-22 on the road. They will have Barrios on the mound tonight, who is 8-6 with a 3.74 ERA. Blue Jays are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .260 as a team on the season with a 3.94 team ERA. White Sox are 37-50 on the season, 20-21 at home. On the mound for the White Sox tonight will be Lynn, who's 5-8 with a 6.47 ERA. White Sox are 2-3 over their last 5 games, hitting .239 on the season with a 4.54 team ERA. I like the Blue Jays here. Blue Jays have the better pitcher on the mound, even though I think Lynn's a pretty good pitcher. He has struggled a little bit this season, as you can tell with a 6.47 ERA. But the Blue Jays have the better offense. They hit the ball quite a bit better than the White Sox. So I'm gonna go with the Blue Jays on the money line. And in my last game of the night, you have the Seattle Mariners at the San Francisco Giants. Giants are 1.5 run favorites, minus 174 on the money line. Mariners are plus 146 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. Mariners are 42-42 on the season, 18-22 on the road. They have Malone on the mound tonight, who is 0-0 with a 1.93 ERA. He's only pitched like 5 or 6 innings this season. So he's 5 innings, I think it was. He's had 1 outing. Mariners are 4-1 over their last 5 games, hitting .233 as a team on the season with a 3.89 team ERA. The Giants are 46-40 on the season, 23-21 at home. On the mound for the Giants will be Cobb. He's 5-2 with a 3.12 ERA. Giants are 1-4 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .248 as a team on the season with a 3.98 team ERA. I like the Giants in this game on the money line. Seattle did beat the Giants last night, but the Giants have the better pitcher on the mound. Just don't know a whole lot about this pitcher for the Mariners, but only being 1 outing. I think the Giants bounced back from a home loss yesterday and pick up a win today at home. So I'm gonna go with the Giants on the money line. So my picks for Major League Baseball tonight: Phillies plus 1.5, Marlins money line, Reds money line, Blue Jays money line, and the San Francisco Giants on the money line.
Okay, my picks for tonight, I got Philadelphia at Tampa Bay. I'm going to take Tampa Bay money line. I got Cincinnati money line at Washington. I'll take Atlanta money line at Cleveland. I'm going to take the Cubs money line at Milwaukee. And I'm going to take the Mets at Arizona. I'm going to take Arizona money line. And like you said, the Cubs were lucky. I mean, they kind of blew up, but they were lucky to have that double play on throwing a guy out of home plate and then the guy trying to make it to second.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what.
That was nuts.
I've watched some crazy ass Reds games this year as well. But them last 3 innings of that game yesterday with that Cubs Brewers game was some of the craziest shit I'd seen in a while. You had guys getting thrown out at home at second, then at home again, and outs that looked like it was going to be outs wasn't outs. And it was crazy. But I think it's Happ, wasn't it? Yeah, Happ out in left field through 2 guys out at home to save the game. So I mean, it was, and the Reds were up, or Cubs was up 6-2 or something going in the 8th inning.
Well, the day before they was up 6-0 and blew them.
And next thing you know, the game's tied, and so yeah, it was a crazy game to watch. I watched quite a bit of it after the Reds game, and then Then after I watched it, I was going to watch the Angels game.
I didn't realize the average length of a pass for Patrick Mahomes 2019 was 17 yards. Next year 13. Next year like 9, and then last year it was only 4.3 yards a pass was his average pass. Well, I would have never thought it was that low last year.
I wouldn't have either.
4.5.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that either. But yeah, there was some, and then I started watching that Angels game, and then Angels started getting blown out, and everybody getting hurt. So then I ended up I ended up watching Creed 3 because I'd heard a lot of good things about it. It was real good. I've been wanting to watch it. I had never watched it. But see, Billy said he's taking the Rangers, Blue Jays, and Twins for a $30 parlay. I thought about the Rangers, but I decided to stay away from that game. But then I do like the Blue Jays. I forget who the Twins were playing now. I think I liked the Twins, but I think they were a pretty big favorite if I remember correctly. But in a parlay, yeah, definitely use them. Yeah, Billy Trout has a broken bone in his hand. Gonna be out a while. So yeah, that's who the Twins were playing with, the Royals. Yeah, I'd have never thought that his yards per attempt would be that, or average length of average length of a touchdown pass. Okay, no, that makes a little more sense.
Oh, okay. My fault. TD pass.
Well, that makes a little more sense.
But like I said,
In the red zone.
2019, it was 17.3.
I just think a lot of that shows that they're getting closer. They're getting deeper in the red zone now than what they used to. They were scoring a lot of big plays.
With the one receiver gone, you think that may have changed some a little bit last year?
Well, that and defenses started playing them where they had to start checking down more, not and couldn't hit all the big plays because that's what defenses was trying to do, keep everything in front of them.
Yeah.
So they've had to adjust that some as well. But the trades never take holidays. Left my ass off. Glenn. But all right. You have anything else?
No, we just got a big interview tonight, and then on your late show tonight, you got a debut, a pinch hitter, as he called himself. Glenn's going to be doing the show with you tonight. Gonzosportsroom at 11 p.m. And of course, we got a big interview at 6:30 tonight.
6:30.
Damian DeVille.
Yeah, 6:30. Damian DeVille will be sitting down with us. Looking forward to that. It's been a while since he's been on.
Marcus will be with us for that.
So that should be
fine.
So that should be another. Should be a real good conversation. He was on. Said it's been a while, probably a year and a half ago or so. Billy said that his theory lately is to quit doing the 4-team parlays and now taking 3-team parlays. Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you can make you can make pretty good. You can make pretty good money in them 3-team parlays, especially at the -1.5. If you, just baseball, man. 'Cause sometimes it can be hard to pick the right 3 games.
Yeah, I always did 3-team. Excuse me, in NFL.
You all right over there?
I don't think so. That sneezes.
But like he was talking, don't forget, check out our interview tonight. Be live with pro wrestler Damian DeVille at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Twitter, all at Gonzosportsroom, and the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. Also, we have a big interview tomorrow as well with Jason McGraw and the ladies' man Mike King, the J County Fair and DCCW, talking about the big Retro Mania show coming up next Monday. So we have both those coming up. Have some live pro wrestling this weekend. Also have GSR Gonzo Sports Room tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern, which Glenn's going to be on. I
went to the horse track and had some barbecue and then had some ice cream and even hit 3 or 4 races there. I hit 4 races in a row at the horse track, last 4 races. It was the only races I hit, but it was the last 4. Luckily, it wasn't no big money. Unluckily, it wasn't no big money. I came back home with more than I went with, so I mean that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Damn, you don't want to win big money with
I want to win big money, but horses it can be difficult to do.
Oh yeah.
And I played most of the time, and I guess that's why I didn't win until the last 4 races. I was playing the long shots, and because there was really no good odds on the other horses, and didn't have.
But all right, before we get out of here, just recap real quick. My picks: Phillies +1.5, Marlins money line, Reds money line, Blue Jays money line, and the Giants on the money line. They're doing over-unders on how many times you're going to sneeze. Billy and Glenn are. But we appreciate everybody joining us. This has been Easy Money, a sports betting show. You can also find us in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram on Gonzo Sports Room and also the ASAP Sports Network. Hope everybody has a great Wednesday. We'll see you guys tomorrow, right around 3 o'clock with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Have a great day.